Okay, next step is to go ahead and check the pitch of the blades. And to do this, you have to have a pitch gauge. If you don't have one of these, you can't do it. So go ahead and buy one. Anybody who owns a collective pitch helicopter should own one of these. They're cheap. So, anyways, again, we are still in stunt mode. See that? Pulled back. And we are still at mid-stick. Okay. And, again, I've already gone through. Everything is level all the way up. Now, at mid-stick, you want no pitch on your blades. Okay. And the way to measure this is where your pitch gauge comes in handy. You do is you slide that over the blade, bring that all the way up to the front. Usually you'll have like a little slider that'll snap on the back, but these blades are too big for the pitch gauge, so I had to take that piece off. Anyways, you'll see you've got the numbers here, and you can adjust it. See the piece that moves here, this back piece? Well, to read the pitch gauge, it's really, really easy. To read the pitch gauge, all you're going to do is you're going to line this edge up with the fly bar. Okay, see how that works? Super simple. Even if the fly bar is on top, it's the same thing. You just line that up to the top. Doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter if the fly bar is above or below. It's the same process. So, for mine, I've already got my helicopter's already set up, so I already know that I've got 0 degrees pitch at mid-stick, okay? But I did change my swash mix values back so I can show you how to increase the pitch using your DX6i. If you don't have like a computer controller, there's mechanical linkages that you can adjust to get more pitch, but this is the great part about having a nice computer transmitter is you can get more pitch all in right here. So let me get that back around here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to full stick, right? Okay, full stick, and I'll show you how much pitch I get. This is stock, right? This is with my swash mix values at 50. That's going to give me, I already know it's going to give me 5 degrees pitch. Okay, see how that works? So I got, as it is, I've got 5 degrees pitch at full stick. I like 10 degrees pitch. You can, the transmitter like this, you can dial in anything you want. It's great. So to get more pitch on your blades, it's really simple. Go to your swash mix menu. Try to get this in view here. And go down to your pitch. And all you do is you increase it or decrease it. Get this back around here. Till you get more or less pitch. So, let's see this here. See, if you go one way and you see it going down, obviously turn it the other direction. But you just crank it up and you see how it goes up, and you just put it at whatever setting you want, you know. And as you move it up, you can do this one of two ways. You can either set your pitch gauge to the pitch you know you want, and just gradually move it up on your transmitter until you see it, until it's level. Well, that's pretty much how you want to do it there. So, but again, I know that at the current setting right now, I get 10 degrees pitch, and you'll see. So, you got 10 degrees pitch. Go to full negative stick, and I should have 10 degrees negative pitch. See? Good to go. So that is how you use a pitch gauge. That is how you set your pitch using your DX6i. And at least this is how I set mine. And so the settings I just showed you, the only thing else I do, I mean, you're going to have to go through and mess with all these settings yourself on, you know, depending on whatever your helicopter is. But the only other thing that I really do before I go fly with the exact setup I just showed you is I go down to my pitch curve and I change my pitch curve. I go to my normal pitch curve, and I put position 3 at 65%. I don't think you can see that, but and then I change position 3. Oh, crap, wrong one. Then I changed position 4 to 85%, and that is how I fly my helicopter. So with those exact settings. So again, you're gonna, depending on what your, how you like your helicopter set up. There's a lot more involved in setting up your helicopter. This is just, some tips and just to show you how I do it so you can get an understanding better. Two other things I want to tell you about real quickly. First thing being, if you feel that, like, okay, you've got your helicopter set up and it's just too touchy, everything, that you push on the controller and all of a sudden the whole helicopter is shooting off to the side. If you feel it's too touchy, you can go in and you can add what's called Expo. And that is right in the first one. I get horrible glare, sorry. But to put Expo on the stick, like your aileron, this is your left and right motion. If you want to tame that down, you would add positive Expo right here. Turn that up. Go, try it out in increments of 5. But again, to tame it down, to make it less responsive, kinda, you're gonna want to add positive Expo. If you want to make it so it's more responsive, you would add negative Expo. But that's on this side. So, and the other thing I just wanted to show you about, get out of there. So when I fly, I use my trainer switch. I have a timer set, and I push my trainer switch, and it's got a timer right here, and it'll start counting down. And I set my timer for 6 minutes. I keep all my flights limited to 6 minutes. That way I never overdrain my battery. So that's a really cool little feature on this that you can use to help you, from overdraining your batteries. To set your timer, if you don't know, all you gotta do, go all the way down to your setup list, and right there above range check is your timer, and you can go in, you can set your timer, and you can actually make it different switches, but I like the trainer switch, it's convenient. So, and yeah, those are just the other 2 things I wanted to tell you about, in case you didn't know about them. Well, that pretty much rounds out basic setup for my eSky eSmart using my DX6i. Couple things that you have left would be adjusting your tail and your gyro. I can't really give you any tips on that. I'm not qualified in the slightest bit to give you advice on that. Not that I'm overly qualified to give you advice on how to set up your collective pitch helicopter, but I can make mine fly. So the other thing, make sure you check your blade tracking. You can see I got some red magic marker on the tip of the blade there. And that helps me for when I'm tracking my blades. So, in any case, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped. Really hope it helped. This thing was a pain in the ass to make, so enjoy.